So is this about a good front seven as you'll see all year?
I'll tell you what, it really is. We played San Fran week 1, and we talked about that front seven all week. But when you look at this front seven as a whole, this might be the best front we've seen all year, and maybe that maybe the best front we're going to see all year. They do a good job on the edge with Mack and Quinn, and then the inside with Mario coming back and Hicks. They can get you from inside or outside.
Coach, more about your offense. It's been rolling at times. What do you do to keep it rolling and get it rolling or whatever to sustain your offense?
It just seems like over the last couple of weeks, a turnover or an untimely penalty, it's come at the wrong time. Last week, it was kind of frustrating with both of those false starts to extend those drives, and that'll kill you when you only have like 27 plays and a half. So I think just doing better on third down, staying on the field, will give us a better chance of getting into a rhythm.
Do you feel closer? Do you feel the offense is still it's coming around a little bit?
I know the record doesn't reflect that, but man, I feel like this whole team is getting better every single week. I do feel like we're closer.
With the false starts, was there any element of trying to draw them off sides and maybe just not the chemistry with the cadence there?
Not really. It's a concept we practiced all week and was fine with it, and for whatever reason, we were just a little anxious in the game.
Your name was mentioned as a candidate for the USC job.
I'm surprised that was the fourth question. I was waiting on that one. Yeah. My sister graduated from USC. I have half my family's in California. A lot of guys I played with went to USC, so of course those guys have talked to me, and that's flattering. But to be honest with you, I'm surprised something like this even went public. No, I haven't spoken with USC at all. My focus is 1,000,000% right here with the Detroit Lions. I love what Coach Campbell and Brad Holmes are doing, the Ford family, and I love the grit in our players. I love this fan base. We want to win for these people, and we're going to build a consistent winner here. But this is where my focus is right now, and we have an opportunity this weekend to go get our first game at Soldier Field, a place I love to play at. I grew up admiring Walter Payton. I wore number 34 because of Walter Payton. So I'm looking forward to going there this weekend and hopefully getting our first victory.
Just to be clear, when you said those people, you're just talking about your friends and family.
Yeah.
USC.
Yeah.
Is that a job that you would consider after the season once you're on?
Right now, I don't even have enough time there to think about something like that,
Just in general, do you want to be a head coach again?
Right now, I just want to be a successful coordinator.
After the situation in Los Angeles, did you ever ponder coaching in college, coaching younger talent, get them through a tough time, 18 to 22 years old?
It's got to be an honor and a privilege to work with young men and help them develop in life. But you can also do that in the National Football League as well.
Yeah. With DeAndre Swift, it seems like one of the problems the first 3 weeks has been getting him involved early. It seems like that's kind of a focus this week. How do you do that? Do you have to? Is it a situation where you're taking what the defense gives you, or is it that you kind of look to maybe force to get going?
No, but like I say, we had so many of our drives, that we couldn't continue last week because of the false starts killing us on a couple of those drives. We didn't have a lot of plays in the first half, but we are always looking to try to get our playmakers the ball. We did find ways to give them the ball in the second half, a little bit more than we did the first half, but and also just monitoring his workload. This is a guy that he wasn't around a lot during training camp, and when the season started, he was, we was monitoring his reps then. So he's been getting more every single week, but we're definitely looking to get him more touches.
He's continued to be limited on the injury report, the practice report, but what is the level of concern you have there? How much is that in the back of your mind as you're working him into?
When a guy only have 5 or 6 training camp practices, and then you're going into regular season, obviously his conditioning, number one. You don't want to pull or strain here and there, and then he's out for 5-6 weeks. So you try to monitor that workload throughout the week and on game day. But, I love the way he's handled more reps every single week, and I think we'll continue to build on that.
When you catch 8 balls and a touchdown like TJ did the first 2 weeks, you're obviously going to get some attention.
Sure.
Baltimore doubled him up quite a bit there. Just how do you counter that moving forward when they want to take him away?
When I looked at the stats afterwards, saw TJ only had 2 catches, I went back and said, I know I dialed his number up more than that, but some of those plays where we didn't hold up quite in protection, that he may have gotten balls. But they also did a good job of double teaming him at times. But we got to be, as a staff, we got to be creative. We got to still find ways to get our playmaker the ball, and we'll get that done.
Is it harder to be creative and maybe disguise things because of the talent level that they have in that front seven?
I mean, it can be, you know, because we do have to protect, and so and sometimes TJ is involved in that protection, you know, and you know, that's when you have to call for protection. Sometimes you don't get your best receiver out, but there's other ways that we can go about getting that protection and get him out. So you know, we're going to look at some of that moving forward. But yeah, last week that's pretty aggressive. This week, you know, it's a copycat league. It could be that aggressive. I don't know, but they've done a pretty good job of just getting pressure with their front four.
What do you like about the using both backs together, Jamal and DeAndre getting them out there together? Is it harder for defenses to prepare for that because there aren't a lot of teams that can really?
You know, what you're looking for is matchups. You know, if you're going to play us in base, you're going to play us in nickel. You know, when you put two backs on the field, and I feel like when teams try to go small, play small ball with us, that gives us a little bit of an edge because Jamal can actually block. You know, he's a physical back, and so that's what we're trying to take advantage of.
Khalif was
A couple more guys.
Khalif was kind of a featured player on that go-ahead drive at the end of the game. I don't know if the first one was designed for him, but the second one obviously was. Are we seeing maybe kind of the tip of the iceberg of what he can offer given, I mean, he's almost doubled his career production here in the first three games?
Man, I sure hope so, because when teams do get creative and try to take away TJ, you know, we need other people to step up. And right now we're still trying to figure out who that is. So I like what Khalif did last week.
How much, I guess, versatility does he have in terms of outside, inside, motion? It seems like he's a guy that you've been kind of deploying in a lot of different ways.
You know, I love him inside, but he's also fast enough and strong enough to go play outside. He has that versatility, but you know, I just try to get him the ball in space. I believe when he has the ball in space, he can make things happen.
Another guy you might want to see more from is Amon-Ra. Hasn't gotten a ton of opportunities. Is that just, you know, not enough ball to go around, or is he?
Yeah, I was about to say, man, there's only one football, so. You know, he's doing a heck of a job, but some of the ways he's helping the team doesn't show up in the stat column. I mean, his route running, his blocking is unbelievable. So he's doing some really good things. Very pleased with him.
Yeah, about a half an hour ago, Mr. Sean McCoy announced his retirement from the NFL. You know, just the guy that you've coached. Any remarks on that real quick? And if you see any qualities in him in your current running back works?
Man, it was a pleasure coaching Sean. I think he's one of the top backs of this past decade, easily, you know, and all the things that he can do as far as blocking, receiving, catching, and running. And you know, this is a guy make you miss in a telephone booth, but I loved coaching him, and he had a hell of a career, and he has nothing to be ashamed of with his career. He's a Hall of Fame back, in my opinion, and I wish him all the best in the rest of his life.